that aren't really seen as big boys, the big boys of MPL, the new ones, they're really making waves into the MPL right now. So I'm excited to see what Omega is going to bring to the table, but Cignal Ultra, they're known to be creative as well in terms of drafting.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
All right, let us see here, ladies and gentlemen. We got the YSS and also the Selena plus the Ruby getting banned by Cignal Ultra here. So there's no Hilda ban. We got Omega banning the Lancelot, interestingly, plus the Uranus and the Khalid for, against Cignal Ultra. Eyeing actually for the side lane and 1 key for the core. I cannot but feel that Omega will try to get a quick security and first pick on the lane.
And Cignal Ultra
They did deny the Hilda, so that's the plan.
went straight for a Hilda. You know what?
All right. We're not gonna be banning it. We are going to pick it.
And I mean, it's the same as a Jawhead.
Yeah.
Not as annoying. It cannot throw the buff out of the circle, but still, it has dueling capability when you go for the invade.
This should be a link here for Cignal Ultra. I'm not so sure though if Omega. I think Omega will because of the Hilda pick, it makes a lot of sense to actually secure an Esmeralda. I'm not sure about the Thams. I was thinking if that should be a link, but still against the Hilda, totally no problem. Like all the side lanes, so don't have to worry about Hilda now. But they are sacrificing on letting go of the link, and Cignal can capitalize.
I agree. You know what, Shinbu? There is emphasis right now on getting strong side lanes.
There we go.
So they got really strong side lanes.
Yeah.
The Thams and the Esmeralda, they set it onto the side lanes and they won't really have a problem. But for the side of Cignal Ultra, what they're gonna do right now is they're gonna bank on the mobility and damage output of a Ling and buff it with an Angela. So this is going to be the Angeling combination.
All right. This is very interesting from the side of Cignal Ultra. I mean, this is no surprise. We saw this already work. It actually works so good on the hands of Chujin, right? We were thinking that it was a Imba DJ hero, but even Chujin can actually roll out on that one and make his own respective plays. Again, this is what we expect. If the link gets denied, Hajisi will be relegated towards the Roger now.
You know what? I kind of find it odd that for Cignal Ultra, clearly, you can see that there's an Esmeralda on the other side. So that only means if Angela uses Heart Guard on Ling and Ling gets caught out by Toshi, that's going to give Toshi the extra shields he needs. So it's probably the idea of Ling just not getting caught at this point.
Yeah. It's very heavy, ladies and gentlemen. You got the Valier also removed here by the Omega squad. Omega does believe that it's not just gonna be an Angela support, it will be of a side lane support onto Chujin, and that's why Cignal Ultra might be baiting. And Cignal Ultra did go for a very wise ban on the Jawhead, but Cho would still be available for hit here. I'm very curious, what would work nice against the... Well, you already have your side lane anyway, so I think the Angela could easily just go to the side lane, without regard.
I think for Cignal Ultra, Cho is probably a must right now.
To ban?
Just
or to...
well, for Cignal Ultra, if they can acquire it, then just go for it. But you know what? I actually think that there's something new for the side of Cignal Ultra here. Given that Ling is a jungler and focuses on the jungle more, that means it leaves the mid lane open.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, why do you put Angela on the side lanes? To get the extra XP that she needs to get to level 4.
If you're gonna go for EXP lane, that is very rewarding. You get level 4 very quick, and totally makes Hades online with the lane.
Yeah. So what they can do is just probably put Angela in the middle lane. It wouldn't really hurt them, and they can put through 2 strong side laners as well. Because I mean, yes, at first, if you think about it, getting XP on Angela for the first few minutes, just amplify him up, really escalate his experience gain.
Yeah,
is good. But you know what? If Link cannot really get the items fast, then Angela is going to be not really worthless, but she needs to find purpose in the coming minutes.
Yeah. There is time demand.
There is a time demand.
That is true, Butter. So there we go. We get the Cignal Ultra ban onto hit. there's a targeting on the hit, but Kufra is still available
Well,
for Omega. Yeah,
I'm
so
actually surprised that they're not really giving out a lot of emphasis into Kufra
the
anymore.
Kufra anymore. But I'm not so sure. I do feel that the Joy really impacts a lot. Even the Cho, I feel like Hit is more comfortable on that one. I can still not forget the play that Hit has done, especially on targeting. But look at Hit here. Look at Hit's expression right now. Kind of feel that doesn't look like a face of confidence here. But I think it's just trying to read what will be the side laners for Cignal Ultra here.
And they still go for
okay.
that Farsa.
Farsa, they're still saving the hit hero.
Mhm.
Whether if is it gonna be a Kufra or will there be a possibility of an Atlas?
I'd
Let's
say,
see.
I'd say, you know what, Shinbu? I'd say a Hylos wouldn't be so bad here for the side
Honestly, yeah.
for the bad side of Omega right now, especially for Heath. Not seeing it as a bad option as well for Cignal Ultra. If they really want to, if they can put that Hilda into the off lane and just get a Hylos, that could really work on their side. But you know what? If for Omega, if they really just want to fight it, just negate the Angela for a bit, just get the Hylos and hug out people here for the side of Cignal Ultra.
I love the trend that is happening here actually from the side of
Ooh.
Omega. Last speaking hit, you know, there is a clear emphasis towards him that, you know, Hit has been an asset, a big asset for us. Let's try to allow him to at least get a better read of the enemy composition. And there we go. Something is obviously revealed here. Cignal Ultra bears their fangs. They're going to be very aggressive as they will go. That is going to be a laner, Angela, and their roaming support would be... They could have a jungle, Natalia, with the Retribution. Of course, side lane, Terizla.
So it's going to be a side lane Terizla and a side lane Angela.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's a problem. The moment that Esmeralda jumps, it can be greeted on by the Terizla. My big question here right now is, will the Kufra still be viable, or they will still go for the Kufra?
I mean, it's really just one of the best tanks right now. But there are other heroes on the heads of these two teams. I think the draft right now, Cignal Ultra really tried to go for something new.
Yeah.
But for the side of Omega, they showed us that it's still the same 1-3-1. You don't have to stay away from the previous picks that we had.
Yeah.
But then again, you know what? They're just putting it in front of us that you don't have to think outside of the box. Just tweak your rotation a bit and you'll be fine.
Imba DJ, not Chujin Angela. It's Imba DJ Angela. DJ Angela, and we got Chujin on that Natalia, ladies and gentlemen. That actually signifies that Natalia will be the one in the lane, probably the one in the mid. It's one possibility, whereas Angela will always escort the lane here. Well, unless there is a shift in playstyle, unless there's still a shift in playstyle, Chujin could still be, the Natalia could still be the one who holds the Retribution here. Ling and Hades will be staying onto the gold lane, and I think Imba DJ will maybe go to the mid lane or maybe get some XP as well for that XP lane.
Let's see how will this pan out. I mean,
Yeah.
we have an idea that
Very unique draft.
that Angela here is going to be a key factor or a main chess piece for the side of Cignal Ultra. What I'm meaning is if he gets the middle lane and Imba DJ here gets level 4, there is ultimately a lot of backup on all sides of the map here.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our game. This is our very first series for the second day of the 6th week of the MPL-PH Season 6 regular season. On the blue side would be of Cignal Ultra against the red that is of Omega. Take note that Omega has one of the strongest momentum right now for their team, especially with a win against the undefeated #1 team of the regular season that is Bren Esports.
Okay, for Cignal, they start out with a 4-man rotation to the middle lane. They will try to clear it out, but on their side, if you would look at it, Ling has the Hunter Knife. Bensanity staying near this area. He goes straight for the mask. He doesn't really care about it that much that he gets left behind in terms of clearing out the waves because he won't even get gold for it. But Chujin here, he is caught out. How will you get out of that? He gets pushed back.
Yeah, he wants to go for the kill, and that's the problem. I think that is an awkward positioning there by Chujin, not accounting that he can actually beat Chase. But the delay is there, at least. For Hajizi. In terms of getting his own purple buff, and clearly the level 4 race will favor Hades here.
And if you would look at it, it's a level 3 versus a level 2.
Yeah.
setup here.
It's about to get 4.
It's about to be 4 on Ling. And Ling, Hades really happy with this because he didn't really get any contest. Well, Omega, Haji here is fighting for his life. He is at 1/4 HP just because of that, and he's forced to go back.
Yeah, and this is the clear advantage coming in from the Ling. They did try on visiting the Esmeralda. So there we go. We got Imba DJ going for the EXP lane, right? We got Imba DJ going for the EXP lane, and it is going to be of Chujin in the mid. He's the one dancing around and actually tried to disrupt the jungle camp here of Hajizi, and is going for it. But of course, Hit is also following through. So Chujin is becoming more of a disruption compared to Hit here. And yeah, look at that. Hajizi is totally delayed.
They're not even aiming
Level
to take
3.
down Hajizi here.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do is trickle him down, take his HP down to 1/4 HP.
Yeah.
Then, when he goes home, he gets delayed.
Yeah, make sure they get the vision. And here's the thing, it's not just the buff that is the objective of the map. We got also the crabs, right? The gold crabs here, and it is being taken in by Hades. We're still sitting at a level 3 Roger against a level 5 Ling.
For a set of Cignal Ultra, I have my doubts in terms of their single target lockdown just because of the love strings coming out from Angela. It takes time before it latches. So Haji is forced to go out once again. Wow.
Yeah, it's totally heavy, ladies and gentlemen. We got a Fiend here. It's still up. And it's very hard. You don't expect Bensanity to easily go down even with this kind of composition. Hayes has his level 4 already available, but I doubt he would be burning that towards the Hilda.
And if you would look at the Shinbu, we're at the 3-minute mark. We're just waiting for 3:30 till all the shields go down and the turtle will be available. So that means everything will normalize by the time we get to that. But Imba DJ here is a bit,
There's still a level lead on the side of Hades. Hades here sits at level 6. GC is just at 4. Chujin is also very much willing to follow through along with Bensanity here. And they fall back.
And that is going to be a successful defense coming out from Omega. If you think about it, Shinbu, they did well. The arrival is there. No damage whatsoever. And look at this, Bensanity.
Oh, yeah, they're going all in towards Bensanity for their airstrike. One last tag. GC is there. There goes the shield from the brush. I know, it's actually the Angela. And the body block being done here by Hades, who misses the shot on that flame. And Haze is there. Also the Blade of Tempest. Imba DJ to follow through. And I think that's it. It's just one kill against Chujin without answer for by the side of Cignal.
Oh, what? The funny thing is, Chujin was the one who went down. It wasn't even Bensanity.
Wasn't even Bensanity. Look at that.
Wow.
Man, he did turn. He did turn for a bit. Yeah, and that is our Gillette instant replay. #shave the day.
And Haji here, at least getting a bit of free reign over his buffs. But then again, it doesn't change the fact that he is delayed in terms of just rotating onto the map.
Indeed. And here's the thing, Hayes is starting to cast his feathered airstrike, and Bensanity may want to recalculate the way he does this overextensions and engages, whether his teammates are willing to participate, because right now, objectives once again are escalating towards Omega, and their team, despite being slow, is the one who's very much willing to actually get more and more leads and more objectives after something is secured.
Onto the bottom lane, there is a bit of a skirm, 1v1 happening here, Hades and Toshi. And that is going to be scary for Toshi, but Toshi...
A little bit of a duel here happening. Of course, we do know how Toshi is still durable against Hades here. There is an arrival. I saw it get cancelled, maybe. And got Toshi dancing around Imba DJ. He does know he can fully commit to the duel, but there is the heart. There is, of course, that stun or that hold, and that should be it.
You know what? I'm actually surprised that Omega here, even if there were the ones who got pushed back, like Haji is forced to go back home, their side lanes didn't really flinch.
Yeah.
And their side lanes did a lot of work.
Yeah.
Haze is always there in the pressure points of the map for the side of Cignal Ultra.
And the lead is still there. It's still there, brothers, right? We got 3,000 now to the side of Omega. This is no surprise, especially on the Project Next patch by the 5-minute mark. Really, it's very easy to offset the lead of your enemy. We did mention that the game might be longer just because of the turret shields here. But because of the gold, it can also escalate onto one side very, very quickly. There is going to be that Clock of Destiny onto the Farsa. And, Enchanted Talisman. Alright, towards Toshi here. Also that Skull as well. Curse Helmet for the side of Curtisi. So full core items being built steadily onto the side of Omega just because of that lead.
Slowly but surely, they're putting all the damage here onto Haji. Kurtzy knows that if he gets a cursed helmet, then that means his DOT or damage over time will be amplified, and it is going to be enough damage, and it adds up. But if you just put it on Haji to get the items, to get all the damage items that he needs, just supporting Haji at this point might be enough.
Yeah, supporting Haji would totally be enough. We get 6-0 here. Butters, right? And it's not just Haji, actually Toshi is making again a consistent wave for himself. The top lane is being well maintained. There's no surprise that for a Thams. But of course, look at that. Even the outer turret on the top lane is already destroyed. So these are a lot of objectives, very visible in the eyes here of Omega, waiting to actually be taken.
And Omega here just being so dominant.
Yeah.
I am actually surprised that they're doing this, but there is this pressure up top.
Yeah, but of course that also ease up the pressure onto the bottom lane. They could go for the push. Omega that is. And Omega, some members of them very much willing to go for the dive. They're just guessing where the Natalia might be. Hayes dances around. Hayes will be targeted on by Hades. And I also would hit going for Chujin along with Imba DJ. And no turret push being done on other side of the lanes with this numbers advantage. It doesn't matter though. There's going to be Toshi. He will be dancing around. No sight towards Chujin.
Chujin, his Natalia play worked earlier, but if you would look at this, Chujin, one more hit actually goes down to the minions. Oh my goodness. And that is alert mechanic for ya. Being introduced into Project Next, and now we're seeing it do its work.
8-minute mark into the game, ladies and gentlemen, and it's all about the Project Next. 4,000 on the gold lead here of Omega on top of that 5-kill lead. Arrival is being put to good use as well by Kurtzy here, as they do realize they need to at least get numbers. They can even out the numbers advantage that can be pulled off naturally by the composition of Cignal Ultra, because they get the Angela, they get the Natalia. One hero can just spot up from out of nowhere, right?
I do agree. You know what? Haji here, he has all the stuff that he needs to just go for those monsters, just to clear them out and zone out Cignal Ultra from their own jungle. Now, the question is, for the side of Omega, how do you take down the link? Because Hades here, he's been having a good game.
Oh yeah, Hades is totally having a really nice game here. I mean, with the Ling, but I cannot but feel it is because of the ease that was given towards him, especially with the pressure done by Ben Sanity. But like this, he needs more explosiveness to actually answer Omega. There might be it. Toshi would be able to walk away. Oh my god! And there goes Hades. He was able to snag one cut towards Toshi, but the chase is on. Coming in from Haji Z along with Heat, and no more ult coming in from Imba DJ. And ladies and gentlemen, the Angela gets laid. It's a 2-for-1, still in favor of Cignal.
And Chujin here, trying to see if he can go for the cleanup, but they're at half HP at 0-5-1. Even with that high and dry, I don't think it's possible, because Haji has superior HP regen and lifesteal as well.
Indeed. 4-8, ladies and gentlemen, at the 9-minute mark, and Omega now sits still at that consistent 3,000 to 4,000 gold lead. Of course, the map gets tighter and tighter, and it's also harder and harder to catch Chujin. But still, Omega, despite the early lead and what seems to be a game pacing that is in control of Cignal Ultra, Hajizi is fully online. He started off with a 2-level deficit against Hades here, but now he sits at 403, much higher compared to the running KDA here of Hades, although they're kind of equal, really.
I can't help but notice Hades here. He's just trying to split the waves, split the lanes here.
Yeah.
He's not really trying to get that kill, participate as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because Hayes here, if you would look at him, he's at 3-2-3. There is an imminent threat of a Farsa, or a Natalia rather, on his side. But he's still doing a great job.
Yeah, it's fully online. Actually, he's just waiting out. He's landing his auto attacks the moment that there goes the Natalia. He would be Lycan pouncing in. And I think there is consistent follow-up coming in from Hayes. Ladies and gentlemen, just look at that. That fight that happened there easily cashed them 2 kills. And what might be an easy lord unless a blade is done by Hades and Chujin. And it doesn't look like so.
Whatever happened in the early game, I would just like to break it down into things. Yes, Cignal Ultra did a good job forcing Haji to go back every single time that they took that purple buff on his side. But one of the things that they did not account for was how strong the side lanes here are for Omega. If you think about it, they got the two strongest side laners here on the red side. While on the blue side, it's actually an adjust pick. They get an Angela and they get a Terizla.
Yeah.
Not really the best heroes in terms of sample size, but I just feel that if you're not really sure about it, I don't think you should just put it in front of a Thams and an Esmeralda.
Yeah, you just need to actually kind of think twice.
Think twice.
Before putting that in front. Well, we get the Lord here. That is not a Luminous Lord. It will be knocking in, and Hayes got the opportunity to drop that Feathered Airstrike. Rhea goes in the middle of the Lord, and there goes Toshi. He knows he has the opportunity to go for the dive and go for the backline. It doesn't matter though. Already, the inhibitor turret down for the bottom lane is already destroyed. And DJ will be in critical health, and of course, the Blade of Death is being answered for by Hades here for the backline. Still, Hayes will be destroyed. It doesn't matter though. Toshi was able to answer through, and with that 5-man whatever wipe out in exchange for 1, we got this game won as well by Omega.
And that is going to be a 0-1